Hey guys. So this week I have had multiple conversations about this one topic. So I thought I was just going to throw this idea out there just to start the conversation. I'm going to keep this short because it's just one idea, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it within your own work as a music composer. And the idea is this. What are you spending your time on when it's time to work? So whether it's an hour a day, at nighttime, in the morning, or whether it's, on the weekends or late at night, or maybe like me, you do this full time and you set aside a few hours a day to work on music. The question is, how do you spend your time though? What are you actually doing to move the needle in your business forward? So this week I've had a couple conversations about this with some composers, just asking some basic questions about how to spend their time and how to maximize the efficiency of their time within their workday. And I have an interesting thought I want to throw out there. It's the 80-20 principle. Now you can apply this to anything in your life. You can apply it to your schedule, to your health, to your relationships, work, whatever. But when it comes to music composition, I want to just throw this out there and chew on this idea. What if you spent 20% of your time on actually writing music and 80% of your time on creating products, creating residual income for yourself, royalties? Because I was doing the math the other day, just working on a budget, and it was pretty surprising to me. I didn't quite realize this, but 50% of my income as a full-time music composer, writing for video games, TV, film, podcasts, advertising, whatever. I do a lot of fields. 50% of my income is actually from products, of all things. And the other 50, well, let me break it down. 50% is from products, 10% is from affiliate marketing, and only 40% is actually from writing gigs. Now, on an average week, I'm usually writing 2 to 3 projects. That could, by project I mean like a track. Sometimes, like a game project, those go on for years. So there's one game in particular, Beard Blade, I'm writing for right now, which I write a little bit every week or whatever the case. But it kind of breaks down to only 40% of my income is custom music. So how then am I spending my time, right, to reflect the actual results of the income? So my goal is actually to get 80 to 90% of my income to come from products. So you might be wondering, what the heck is a music product? Well, if you think about it, I'm sure you could figure it out. The most basic of all would be just music sales, right? I'm sure many of you are familiar with music libraries. But there's a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of you guys write for video games. So Unreal Marketplace, I have recently discovered, is a fantastic place to put together a music pack and to put it on there for like $40, and people will buy that stuff up and use it in their game because you have already coded it into the Unreal Engine. It takes a little bit of work. It might take you a few days to actually code it, whatever, to put the parameters in there, but so what? That's something that will bring you residual income month after month. It's a one and done deal. A few days of your time, you're done. Okay, another one would be the Unity asset store. You can take the exact same product and put it on there too, and you're gonna have the same results of people already having it coded into their Unity engine, who they just click the download button, pay $30-$40, and they're done. That gives them a lot of tracks. And it also gives you a lot of exposure for later on the line when they want a composer. You've already been in their head for months or years, so they're gonna actually pick you first and contact you first. I've had that happen. And so on the other side, maybe you're not into video games, Audio Jungle is a music library. Pond 5 is a music library. Premium Beat, those are like the really accessible ones for any of you who want to do music library stuff, where you can very easily upload your tracks. And let's say if you have about 10 tracks that are disposable, I like to call them that are even non-exclusive tracks, which means that anyone can use them. They're not exclusive to a particular person. You can sell those things for about $10 to $20 a pop, and on average, if you're putting those out maybe once a month or once every couple months, you're going to start racking them up. And then moving on to, let's say, something that I do a lot, spend a lot of my time on, are YouTube videos. The streaming revenue is not very great until you get into higher view counts, but still it's something you're already doing to promote your brand and to get your stuff out there, whether that's from putting your soundtracks up there, or if that's doing teaching instructional videos, whatever. The music space is so large that you can really niche down on what you are most knowledgeable about, and you can help people in your niche and get paid to do it. Now we're talking, a few bucks here and there, but even YouTube with my small subscriber base of only 7,000 people now, that's still like $100 to $150 a month, which is pretty cool. That just from whatever, it's just another bucket, And then courses, of course, for me, that's a really big one. And I know how the bulk of the members of the Sonic Storytellers group have actually kind of migrated from my courses or from the podcast, whatever, which they're all paid items, right? None of them are super high ticket entry points for anyone, but these little things, they add up. And so collectively, these products equal 50% of my income. But how much time do I need to spend in order to do it? So 80-20 rule, I actually spend about 80% of my time throughout the week investing my time, and it really doesn't take any money to do it unless you're doing some licensing or whatever. But you're just investing your time and your energy and putting together products for people to sell. I still make about the exact same amount of money, actually more, but that's my point. I'm at least hitting my baseline every single month the same. So as when I first put out my first course, right? Because over time things get old, and once someone's taken a course, they're not going to take the same course again, right? So your viewer base continues to grow. But the idea here is to always be putting out material so that you're growing your brand, and that way when someone Google searches you, you're not just the first result, but you're the first 20 results. I have the great honor and privilege of now when you Google search my name, I'm like the first 20 or something results. That's amazing. I've dominated that space because I have little products just kind of littered throughout the entire internet. And then another one I just thought of, since composers, group of composers here, Spotify is another amazing resource to get your music streamed. So you can take the same product and you can actually dish it around 15, 20 times and start to make different types of revenue. Another big one is TV royalties. Take that same exact music, make it non-exclusive, get partnered with a small agency, a placing agency that actually puts your music on TV and commercials and TV shows. Take this music and you're not putting any extra work into it, but you're presenting it differently, maybe with a different title, or presenting it as a 30-second clip or a 1-minute clip, whatever the conditions are. And you're now setting yourself up to every 9 months after the airing of it, you're actually getting maybe $300 per placement or $1,000 per placement, $2,000, depending on the kind of the standards of what it lands on and how long. And you still keep the music. They're not buying the rights to it. And through those companies, you can also be asked to do like $50,000 projects, to custom do a commercial, or $100,000, whatever. Like, these are real opportunities that are available for every single one of you. So I hear a lot of conversations going on about, it's impossible to make a living as a composer. And I see a lot of composers jumping ship, and it's driving me crazy. So that's kind of what's fueling this today, and these conversations this week, is people kind of getting fed up, just kind of saying, I quit, right? So you gotta remember, this is a long-term game. So be building, spend 80% of your time building products, because that should be the goal, is to have 80% or more of your income consistently coming from all the buckets collectively, accumulatively. If you were to look at my budget right now, my income statements, I have about 15 income sources, and I'd say about 10 to 12 are always full. So there's always that, 3 to 4 or 5 of YouTube didn't come in this month, or Spotify streams didn't come in this month, whatever. There's always some bucket that's not full. or the custom job didn't go through. Something happens. Something always happens. It's life. So the more buckets you can have that are all very strong buckets, they're going to increase your chances of actually getting more and more consistent income throughout the course of your career. And this is how you build careers, guys. It's not just getting the little gig here and there. Those are like the little cherry on top. You should be building your career in your own terms, in your own timing, in your own control. Because every single one of you can do an hour every single day of your life, just putting together some stuff. So that's the thought I wanted to leave with you today. Comment below with your thoughts about this 80-20 principle, and where are you currently in your time, and how are you devoting your time? How are you splitting up your time? Does it reflect this? Does it look anything like this? And if not, why not? So let's chat it out below, and I look forward to continuing this conversation because it's a topic we need to explore more. So let's do it.